my God. What the heck's going on? I'm so tired. 4:30. Oof. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep anymore. Shit, God damn it. 4:30. What the heck? So let's grab a coffee. No. Alright, so it's all about improvisation. Hello world out there, how's it going guys? Hope you're doing well. As you can see, I got my coffee here and I will invite you to a little coffee talk. Come and join me on the couch. Grab your coffee if you want, feel free. So, we want to do some real talk about how it is to be an OBC.
I'm sorry.
Interruption from housekeeping. I should keep this sign, do not disturb, out there. Right, I want to do some real talk with you guys. I will talk about what it is to be an OBC, what it is really like. So, first of all, being a OBC is you are constantly tired. Why is it so? Because you're moving between different time zones. I had a flight from Frankfurt to San Francisco yesterday that was 11 hours, another 4 hours layover, which were also really busy because of customs, immigration. There's a lot of stuff you have to arrange in between. And then going back to the departure gates for another 1.5 hours flight down here to San Diego. Job is not over. I took a rental car, which was also a mess here in San Diego. It's really not really comfortable. And then I had a ride to the final destination, drop off my stuff. Sometimes you have really big companies with a lot of gates and you have to ask yourself through it where you have to go, where is the right gate or the right person to hand over the parts to. So, and then you're free, the job is done and you can go to the hotel. The point where I was here in my hotel room or in the bed was 10 p.m. local time, which means it was 6 a.m. back home, which also means I was awake for 24 hours. And you may think, oh, you can sleep while the 11 hours flight. Some people, they can sleep in the seating position. I can't do so. And I can do a little nap, but it's not like a proper sleep in a bed. And I think that's the same for most of the people. Even if you have a nap on the airplane, it's not really a proper sleep. So I was awake for 24 hours and sometimes OBC days are going much longer than 24 hours. So they could be really, really exhausting. Then also when I was in bed, there was a group of teenagers here in the hotel. They're here for a sports event during the weekend. They had a lot of fun, party, yelling, shouting on their room. And especially in the States where the roof and everything is built really thin, you can hear everything. And I could hear these guys until midnight. So in the end, I was in the hotel bed from around 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., which means 6 hours, but that doesn't mean I had 6 hours proper sleep. And I'm really tired right now, and I will be tired during the rest of the day until I catch my flight back home. And yeah, it's gonna be long, tough days. Sleep isn't always that good, not in the airplane and even sometimes not in the hotel room. Anyway, have a sip. So another point about being an OBC, you are at the same places all the time. I was in Nicaragua, I was in Laos and in Puerto Rico, just to mention a couple of exotic places. But that was within 8 years doing this job. And most of the time I was flying to United States and to Mexico. And you really often visit the same places. And it's not always like you go to New York and you can go to Manhattan and have a good time. No, you often go to rural places because big companies and facilities are outside on the countryside. So it's not, and there's nothing else around it. So it's not that you go somewhere and then when your job is done, you do some sightseeing, because sometimes there is nothing to see. I have been to Chicago maybe 10 times, which is nice in the beginning, but there's nothing more to see. You have seen everything, and so that's it. Yeah, you are at the same places all the time, and sometimes, but it's really rare, you get to some really nice places, and then you will stay a little bit longer. If you want to, you can. But on the other hand, staying somewhere for a couple of days, then it isn't a job, because you can only make money from being an OBC when you are in the air, when you do a job, when you perform a job. So let's say you get a job to Thailand and you can lay on the beach for another week after your job is done, but then you won't make any money. So you have to fly back home as soon as possible to be at your base to get a new job, because all the companies I am working for, they know I am based in Frankfurt. And with my network I have right now, I will give all my companies, clients, I will give them a record that I'm outside now, and for example, I'm in San Diego now, so I write them, if you have something out of San Diego, I could do the job, just hit me up. But that doesn't happen really often. It happens maybe from 20 jobs, happens once that you get a return job or a next job. Because you build up this base at your home, and companies will rely that you are there for them, and so they ask you, actually, are you available at your home base? And yeah, so that means you have to go back to get a new job, and if you lay on the beach or do sightseeing, you will not make money, and it's a job. It's not a holiday or vacation, it's a job. You are working on a freelance base, which means you are self-employed, which also means if you don't have jobs, you won't make any money, you won't earn money, so you have to fly constantly. But the other thing about being self-employed is, will be there a longer time period where I have no job, or let's say the pandemic was a really tough time, because not even with all this documentation stuff and doing testing and vaccination to be able to enter a country, or you were not able to enter so many countries at this time, you had a couple of months without any job, and you need to deal with this, and most people cannot. So yeah, make yourself clear, you are self-employed. If you don't have jobs, you don't make money. If you're in an office job right now and you're working 9 to 5, you don't have a base to be an OBC, because when you get a call, you need to be at the airport within a couple of hours. But if you have an employment, you cannot leave your working space, so you don't have the base. So you need to create your base, you need to be available all the time. But on the other hand, In the beginning, you don't have experience, you don't get jobs. If you don't get jobs, you won't get any experience. So you have to break through this circle. You need to have your unique selling points. Why should companies hire you? And this is really hard to get in the beginning. We'll have one job in a month and then another month with one job. And so you also need to be flexible, also finance-wise, to get through these times. So to get in this is really hard, and it's all on a self-employed base. So this could be really tough for a lot of people. Yeah, the majority of people flying in this world are flying for leisure, for holidays. So whenever I speak to people, first thing they have in their mind, oh, this guy is flying, so that means he's on a holiday, on a vacation. But no, I'm not. I think all these business people out there who flying constantly between appointments, dates and fairs and conferences, they will know what I'm talking about. But the majority of people, they connect flying with being on a vacation in their mind, of course, and that's why they have this wrong thinking about what it is to fly somewhere else. Even if you fly to Mexico, if you deliver to Mexico City, you're not on the beach, you're not in Cancun, Playa del Carmen. You're just within a big city, and it's everything but not a vacation. And yeah, you are always in a time pressure. Your customers will call you, write you text message, emails all the time. Hey, where are you at the moment? What is the next update? And even if a job is running smooth and everything is going by plan, it's mentally really exhausting because you get these phone calls and you have to write updates all the time. So it's not that you're sitting in an airport lounge when you have your status and could chill. So you have to do a lot of things around it, and you have to deal with this, of course. On the other hand, it's getting really, really tricky when the plans didn't go as they should be. And this reminds me about a crazy story I had a couple of years ago where I was supposed to bring some goods to Finland. The truck driver didn't arrive in time, didn't make it to the check-in. So some people would say, oh, it's not my fault. I would go back home and come back the next day, take the next available flight. But this is not how it works as an OBC. Even other people bring up the problems. It is up to you as an OBC to find a solution and to perform the solution, which I did at this point. It was a really tough one. So if you want to hear this story, just let me know in the comments below. And I'm more than happy to share this funny story with you guys. If you have any other questions, just let me know. And until then, we will see us guys in another video on another couch somewhere in this world. I don't know where it is. I don't know yet, but we will see. And then maybe we'll have another coffee together. Until then, guys, enjoy your time, enjoy your life. If you want to go to a special place out there in this world, I can only tell you, do it. You just will regret the things you didn't do. So yeah, go out, make your own travel memories, because these memories will last forever.